Thanks for joining us. I'm Paula Ebben with a WBZ News update. Our top stories this Friday. Our Norfolk grand jury has indicted a teenager on a first-degree murder charge in connection with the death of his father. 17-year-old Lucas Larson is accused of killing his father, 62-year-old Brad Larson, last November in Sharon. Police found the father dead in his home on Deerfield Road. It's still unclear exactly how he died. We're told he was a well-known, respected member of the Sharon community. Officials say Lucas Larson has been hospitalized since November. He was arrested earlier today on a single murder count. He'll be arraigned later this afternoon. Steward Healthcare says that it has secured the financing it needs to keep its Massachusetts hospitals open. Lawsuit records obtained by WBZ show that Steward is millions of dollars in debt, and we have spoken with patients who've had their surgeries canceled. In a letter sent today to Steward staff, the system's executive vice president says that Steward has agreed on what he calls a significant transaction. He says that Steward is now negotiating a merger or sale, and so it does not plan to sell off any hospitals. The letter goes on to say, quote, "This funding will help stabilize operations, including the resumption of virtually all elective cases, and more importantly, allows us to continue operating at all of our Massachusetts hospitals." A former Boston police officer has pleaded guilty to charges from the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Joseph Fisher pleaded guilty to 8 counts, including assaulting and obstructing Capitol police officers. Fisher was arrested at his home in Plymouth last March. The U.S. Attorney's Office in D.C. says that he's set to be sentenced in May. Well, another day without sun, but it looks as though we will get a break over the weekend. Let's get a check on the forecast with meteorologist Jason Mikell.
40, we're just hanging on at 40 degrees today, this Friday, February 2nd. Temperatures again soaring above the norm in several locations. Our feels like temperatures are a little bit sort of subdued into the mid-30s, but we have plenty of dry air. Did you see this? Okay, did you see this? This was a sun glow. I captured it yesterday morning on my way home from work, and it was a sight to behold here. What we're dealing with right now is going to be a little bit more difficult in terms of getting some sun peaks to move back in. This is our frontal boundary as it's slowly sagging south across the area. It is likely going to allow for an area of low pressure nearby to kind of spray us with a few isolated showers. That's merely what we've been dealing with along the south coast to Cape and the Islands this morning, and later this afternoon it's fully going to pass and allow for that trough to slip on down here. As far as the cloudy skies go, we still have the Commonwealth swath and a lot of cloud cover from southern New Hampshire all the way over to Vermont and even moving into eastern Mass. Again, our current temperatures slightly above normal. In some areas north and also west of town, they are right where they should be for this time of year, but that warmer air is moderating right along with that 41-degree ocean temperature, 39 reported right now over in P-Town. For the rest of the afternoon into the evening hours, again, we are just slowly slipping back as our temperatures flirt around 35 degrees, 36 degrees, even around 11 p.m. And for this time of year, stepping out 11 p.m. and it's in the mid to upper 30s, doesn't feel all that bad to us. Highs are on the board, again, in the low 40s. And as we move deeper into the month of February, the first full week of February doesn't look half bad. This weekend, the Cape and the clouds, and maybe along the north and south shore, we'll have more clouds rather than sunshine. But next week, look at that. Another warm up will be moving on in. Here we go. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast, and I like to keep everything fairly wide for you. The spray of clouds going all the way to the south. That area low pressure is all the way over to the up to the east, and you can see on the backside of that brings some snow showers to us. But high pressure will be performing for us both tomorrow as well as on Sunday, Monday into Tuesday as well. Our weekend forecast region by region, southern New Hampshire. Look at our temperature spread again in the mid to upper 30s, partly sunny skies, northerly winds roughly about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Coming a little bit farther south, still within that mid to upper 30s threshold. You can see there AM clouds thinning, north winds at 10 miles per hour, and even south of the city. That is kind of where those clouds are going to really be heaping up for tomorrow. 20 to 35 mile per hour winds, 32 degrees to 34 degrees. That is our range that we're going to be dealing with here. Again, past the weekend, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we get rid of those area of low pressures all over towards the east. High pressure centers right back along the Atlantic seaboard, and that keeps that dry stretch right over us into early next week. Here's the next 7. Plan out your weekend, folks. Again, tomorrow, It's still going to be a little bit difficult with the sunshine, but again, it's going to really be a good contest between clouds and sun tomorrow. A better chance for sunshine on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. We keep it going on Wednesday and even on Thursday. A trough will sink back down by the end of the week. But before that, though, temperatures are expected to climb. We'll be in the mid to upper 40s on Thursday, and by all means, we could be reaching into the 50s by Friday and Saturday of next week. Paula, that sounds good to me.
Thank you. I'm Paula Ebben. This has been a WBZ News Update.